Hello there. Welcome to the Align Life podcast. I'm your host, Megan Schmidt. Ideally, I would not be going live for the first time on YouTube with such a scratchy voice, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I've got my fisherman friends here in case I feel like I'm going to start coughing. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. I kind of started to lose my voice on Saturday. It's now Tuesday. I figured that it would be better by now, but it's still kind of scratchy. So my apologies for that, but I wanted to go live yesterday. I wanted to share this podcast episode with you guys yesterday. Mondays will be the release date for new episodes on YouTube. And if you subscribe through iTunes or another podcast player, you'll be able to find weekly podcast episodes. If you search the Align Life podcast, formerly it was the Align Wellness podcast, and I had that for quite a few years. And with the new year and just the way that my content and lots of my topics were going, I figured this was just a little bit more of a suitable name title. So we're going with this. So anyways, welcome to the podcast. And today we're going to talk about energy, self-discipline, and purpose. So a couple of days ago, if you follow me on Instagram, it's megan.schmidt.coaching. I posted a post carousel, if you want to get technical, on self-discipline. And so I have it pulled up here, and I want to share some thoughts with you because this really is a lot of what I want to talk about today. Because I see a lot of people sharing, whether they're joining my Facebook group or they're emailing, questioning about one-on-one coaching or my membership. A lot of people, a lot of women more specifically, will share that they need help with self-discipline. And this seems like maybe this is you, even that you're thinking like this is your, let's say, quote unquote, problem that you need help with is self-discipline. And what I would say is that this is just a cause of something else. And so I wouldn't word it as like this is your problem, but what I would focus on, instead of thinking like I need help with self-discipline, I want you to know or remember that you are the cause, and your thinking is the cause, and your belief systems are the cause, and your energy is the cause. And so self-discipline is just an effect of, or the lack of self-discipline, we could say, could just be an effect of you and your thoughts, your belief systems about yourself. So when I hear somebody say that they need help with self-discipline, my thought would be, my questions, I guess you could say. And so if you're journaling, if you're following along and you aren't driving or multitasking, as I know I am a lot of the times listening to podcast episodes, maybe you can pause this, grab your journal, and write down a few questions for yourself. And then you can come back and answer these questions if you have time later. So I would ask yourself, why are you not feeling compelled to take action towards your goal or changes in your life, right? You might think to yourself, I don't even have a goal. Or you might think, because I know some people, maybe it's not a goal that you're thinking of, but it's more of a lifestyle change, or changes in relationship, or changes in how you behave or how you come across or how you interact with people. So why are you not feeling compelled to take action towards changing yourself in some way? That would be the first thing I would write down. And feel free to pause that if you need to finish that. The next thing I would ask is, what are you thinking and feeling? So this is kind of just taking it a little bit deeper. So what are you thinking and what are you feeling about yourself and or about the thing? So if there's a change that you're wanting to make in your career, for example, your health and wellness or lifestyle or relationships, if I haven't said that, what are you thinking and therefore feeling? because in case you're completely new here, we have thoughts, and those thoughts are what create our feelings. We want to think, or we go about the first beginning part of our life thinking that other people are the cause of our feelings, or outside circumstances are the cause of our feelings, and that's just not true. We have thoughts about circumstances, or we have thoughts about people, and that's what causes us to feel something. So in a split second that someone says something, you think that they're the cause of your unhappiness, or the cause of your frustration or annoyance or anger. But really, it's how you think about what they said or what they did that's causing you to feel those, in this case, negative feelings, or it could be positive feelings, right? So, what are you thinking? And then and write it down as a sentence. Like, I'm thinking he shouldn't have said that. I'm thinking I should be further ahead. I am thinking I should have figured this out already in my health. I am thinking um, that change is never going to happen for me, whatever it is. And then ask yourself, what's that causing me to feel? So I'm feeling defeated. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling broken. I'm feeling doubt. I'm feeling unworthy. Okay, write down a feeling, or maybe it's a couple feelings that's coming up for you. I want you to then think about, what are you trying to avoid feeling? So when we are not doing something that we think we should do, or said in another way, when we're procrastinating, there is something that we're trying to avoid feeling. So if you know that you want to um, apply for a new job, and you keep thinking to yourself, I still haven't updated my resume. I still haven't updated my resume. Still haven't updated my resume. What is it that you're trying to avoid feeling? Right? Maybe it's some sort of discomfort. So maybe you're feeling um, the discomfort because updating your resume means that you will then apply for this job, and that could lead to rejection, right? And then you have to feel bad about yourself, potentially. Not that you'd have to, but you maybe would feel bad about yourself, right? We'd feel failure. We'd feel maybe embarrassment. We'd feel let down. So this is a really big self-discovery questionnaire, and helping you, these questions will hopefully help you kind of like on a path to figure out what's underneath you not having the discipline that you think you should have, right? And then the last thing that I have here is, why do you even want to be, do, or have fill in the blank? So is it your goal? Did someone tell you that you should want it? Right? Like, why do you even want to? So when we're, how can I word that in a different way? When we're thinking about self-discipline, let's say it's, today's January 9th, and we thought on December 31st, I'm going to make a commitment to myself to exercise every single morning, right? This is a common one for a lot of people. Okay, so I'm going to make this goal. I'm going to exercise every single morning. And it's now January 9th, and you only did it, let's say, 3 out of the 9 mornings. So now you're thinking to yourself, I need to be more disciplined. I need to be more disciplined. The question that I just finished asking you is, why do you even want that? Why do you want to work out every morning? Why do you want to exercise every morning? Why do you want to have a daily movement routine? Is it something that you actually want? Is it something that someone else is doing, maybe in your family or in your workplace, and you just jumped on board because you wanted to also have a New Year's resolution? Um, Maybe you feel this competition with this person, and so you feel like you have to keep up with them. Um, there's a lot of digging that you can do from these questions, And I'm going to give you even like some extra um, coaching on this is that a lot of people won't take the time to even sit and ask themselves these questions. And they'll tell themselves, and I'm sorry if this is you, and I'm not, um, this isn't a judgment, and I hope you don't go turn around and judge yourself. This is just the way that the brain works. And we got to be onto ourselves if we want real change in 2024. So a lot of people will not even sit. And I don't even mean that you don't even need to sit. Like you can stand, whatever. But like a lot of people won't sit with themselves long enough to ask themselves these questions and to get an answer. You might write down these questions and you might think, okay, tonight I'm going to sit and journal on this. And then you won't feel like it. And so my next thing that I want you to really know is that you don't have to feel like doing something for you to do it. You can still do something even if you don't feel like doing it. And it's usually in doing it that we start feeling like doing it, that we start feeling motivated. So, for example, sticking with the health and wellness example, I do yoga every single morning. There's like so many mornings that I will say to myself, I don't feel like doing yoga. Or I'll even pretend to entertain the thought that I'll maybe do some reading first and then I'll do my yoga. And it's kind of funny because like I'm onto myself enough to know what I'm doing, but I'll still entertain the thought for a second. And then I'm unrolling my mat and I'm like, no, you're doing your yoga because we have to get done the things that matter to us. And it's okay if we don't feel like doing it. And literally 5 minutes into doing it, 30 seconds into doing my yoga, I'm already thankful that I did it, that I'm doing it. And and I'm happy that it's getting done. And I know that the next morning that I'm probably going to try to entertain that thought again. And I'm just not going to entertain it, right? I'm just going to unroll my mat and I'm just going to do it. So it's okay if you don't feel like doing something, if you know it's for your highest self, if you know it's in alignment to you, if you know it's going to help you get the result that you want, right? For me, peak health, it's my core value. It's it's one of the most important things in my life is creating peak health for myself because I know my mental health depends on my physical health. And I know I love feeling strong and flexible and um, healthy in my body. And I love running. And so I want to stay in good running shape, and I don't mean shape in that sense, but I just mean like my yoga helps my running so much, right? It benefits me in just more ways than just being flexible. So there's so many reasons when I ask myself the question, why do I even want to be, do, or have something? When it comes to, like, for example, my yoga, my health, my eating, my smoothies, whatever it is, I'm very clear on why I'm doing what I'm doing. And um, it's always there in my mind for me to come back to is I know why it matters to me. And some people don't sit with that long enough to really think about why it matters, right? It's not just because you want to be, let's say, strong or fit or flexible or fast or whatever. There's another reason. That's the that's the surface level that people will tell themselves. I want to be fit. I want to be fast. I want to take care of myself. But there's another reason underneath that, that if you can tap into that, that you'll have even more drive, even more discipline. Um, and so, for example, what I mean is for me, discipline in general is just the core of even my identity and the type of life that I want to lead for myself. And I want to be And I'll say it, I'll say I want to be the best, but I don't mean that I'm ever comparing myself against anyone else. I just mean I know I want to be my best. I want to be the best that I can be. And that means that I'm going to deliberately put myself in these types of situations where, I'm getting up in the morning and I'm doing my yoga first thing. And, even so much of my business and my coaching and my membership, all of it is the things that I listen to, the things that I'm consuming um, through what I'm listening to or watching or whatever. All of it is for me to help me be my best. And that's what I want for myself. So for you, ask yourself, why do I even want to be disciplined? Like, what does it matter? And I want you to know that you are the one that has to decide why it matters. Nobody else can nobody else can tap into that for you. You have to decide why something matters. And if you keep going about your life without deciding why something matters, that's exactly why people wake up with no energy in the morning. That's why people don't follow through on their New Year's resolutions. That's why people say they want more but never do anything about it because they haven't decided why it matters. And even deeper than that, or going further with that, they don't think that they even matter. Who am I to do that? Is that even possible for me? Do I even have what it takes to do that, to be that, to have that? So so what I want to share, and let me just see if I can find where that was that I shared that. I think I shared it in my Instagram stories. So just bear with me while I'm looking. So what I said was, I said, if you have a burning desire for more and you have belief in yourself and the possibility of achieving the goal, you will become disciplined. So what does that even mean? Let's just take that a little bit further. I'm just going to open that up in a picture. So, what is necessary for us to create a result? Dr. Wayne Dyer always talks about this, having a burning desire. You, a burning desire is two parts. So, part of it is alignment. So, if somebody said to me, Megan, have a burning desire towards, I don't know, what's something like construction equipment. Okay. It's just not really in alignment for me. I could consider myself a disciplined person and be like, yeah, I'm going to learn everything there is to learn about construction equipment. Okay. And I'm laughing is a joke. Um, like if somebody actually knew me, you'd know that this is very much not in alignment for the things that I'm into. And there's nothing wrong with this. It just isn't my alignment. So if somebody was like, Megan, you have to have a burning desire towards construction equipment, I could, but it's not actually in alignment for me. Like I could learn everything, but I'm actually not gonna have a burning desire towards it because it's just not in alignment towards me or with me, for me, through me. So what is a part of my alignment? Oh man, I could go on and on. And as a manifesting generator, especially, so if you don't have this many interests, that's okay. It's just in human design, I'm a manifesting generator, and I have a ton of interests. So what are they? Just naming a few. I love peak health. I love plant-based nutrition. I love running. I love yoga. I love mindset. I love spirituality. I love consciousness. I love learning about law of attraction. I love parenting. I love home decor. I love um, style even. Like I love thinking in like clothing or personal style. Like there's those types of things. But specifically for my business, as you know, the things that I talk about, it's really the mindset, it's the wellness, it's the health, the consciousness, um, the purpose, those are the things that I love that are in total alignment to me. So you have your own alignment as well. And maybe some of those things that I said are part of your alignment as well. Maybe not. But everyone has alignment, everyone has their own um, alignment here. And you could say the word purpose, whatever, right? And part of that is going to be what helps you have a burning desire is to be clear on what is in alignment for you. The other part of having a burning desire is the mindset piece. So when and it's not that yeah, yeah, actually we'll just keep going with that. So part of the burning desire is the alignment and part of it is the mindset. Meaning I have enough belief in myself. I have enough self-worth to know that the things that I am lit up about, the things I'm excited about, the things that I love to learn about and or share about are a part of my purpose. And the reason I'm excited about them is because I'm actually meant to follow that excitement, to continue to learn about it and share it with others and help them use this knowledge, this information to better their life, to change their life, to feel better, to have more ease, to have um, more purpose in their own life as well. So if you are clear on what's in alignment for you, let's say it was personal style. That's what's, you're obsessed with, let's say. But you don't have the maybe self-worth or the self-belief or the certainty that you have what it takes, then that's where your work is, right? It's not that you need to necessarily even be more disciplined. Your work is in believing in yourself, is in stop thinking that you need to do something like other people are doing it and find out the way that you want to do it, the way that you want to share. Because a lot of times when we can get inspired by other people and for me, like I love listening to Wayne Dyer. I love listening and learning about Kabbalah and I love law of attraction and manifestation and all those types of things. And that can be, I can sometimes tune into some of those teachings or podcasts or YouTube videos or whatever, and that can inspire me and help me get creative as well in things I want to talk about and share. But sometimes for people, they'll look at what other people are doing and then they'll get stuck in comparison or they'll think I could never do it like that or okay, I have to do it like that, but I don't want to do it like that, right? And then they'll go back to procrastination. I'll start procrastinating because why? They're trying to avoid feeling something. They don't want to look bad. This other person is 5 years ahead of them and they know more and they have a different setup and you're just in the baby phases and you don't want to look stupid. You don't want to look bad. You don't want to embarrass yourself. Well, you have to go through that, right? There's so many things that we need to go through in the beginning to get to be more competent at things. But if you're not willing to be embarrassed, you're never going to get there. So get clear on those things that you're trying to avoid feeling. And one of the people that's been one of the biggest mentors for me is Brooke Castillo from the Life Coach School podcast and the Life Coach School. If you follow her on Instagram or if you're aware of her, listen to her podcast. She's influenced or like not influenced, but I guess yeah, influenced so many people, and her work is so transformative. And she always says the worst thing that can happen to you is that you feel an emotion. So if you can handle feeling a negative emotion or discomfort, you really can be unstoppable in your life. And I learned that probably at 24 years old, and it's stuck with me. And it's not that I've always been willing to feel negative emotions or discomfort. There's lots of times I haven't been able to, but I always remembered that. And eventually I got to the point where, okay, I'm willing to be uncomfortable. I'm willing to look like an idiot. I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to, like, even sometimes waste time trying to figure things out on my own, right? There's a lot of discomfort that you have to go through to create the goals, the outcome, the results that you want to create for yourself. So if you're willing to feel uncomfortable, you can be unstoppable this year and beyond in your life. So those are some of the things that I want to share. Actually, I'm only on slide 2 or something like that for this post that I wanted to go more on. But those questions that I shared are really important for you to listen or to write down and question yourself. And like I was saying, a lot of people won't even ask themselves those questions, or they won't get an answer. They'll just be like, what am I trying to avoid feeling? And then their brain will just get totally distracted. And this is nothing on them. This is no judgment on you if this is you. I've been there too. And this is almost like by design. This is like our opponent, our ego is trying to not change because change is very uncomfortable. Um, and sorry, just had a phone call that was weird. Change is very uncomfortable for our ego self. And it's like the ego is going to work overtime. It's going to work behind the scenes tirelessly to try to stop us from changing because it takes a lot of energy to change. So you're up against, those negative emotions that you're just trying not to feel. You're up against your ego. Um, you've probably got time constraints on you as well. There's a lot of things to overcome, and this is why change can feel so hard, but it's still possible. I just want you to know that, like, there are things, and I'm not saying that as a way for you to, like, oh yeah, it's just there's no point of even trying. Of course, there's a point in trying. Why do we try? Because the effort that you put into life is actually what creates the fulfillment. So up until now, if you've been feeling unfulfilled in your life, that could be what it is that you're missing, is the effort that you're not putting in effort towards the things that actually even matter to you. You have to be in alignment, right? If I was sitting around every day learning about construction equipment, I wouldn't feel that spark that I feel in my life right now because I'm learning about things that I care about and that I think are interesting and that I actually want to use to help people. And that's a really big thing, is the service piece. And that's actually my word for 2024 is service. And even a huge piece of why, the YouTube channel and just another opportunity to be of service to people, to reach more people with this information, because I think that this matters so much. And um, this is a time in the world where people are really reaching out and wanting to live a fulfilling life and to be on purpose. And for people like around my age, whether you're a little bit older, a little bit younger, whatever, we have an opportunity that our grandmas, for example, never had. It was a lot of just survival. And we really have an opportunity to be on purpose in our life and to think about what actually matters to us and to build a life or a career or our lifestyle, our purpose around those things that matter to us. And our grandmas, for example, maybe even our moms, didn't always have that opportunity. The world was a lot different back then. So, take advantage of that, because there's a lot of opportunity for you um to be in alignment and to share your gifts with the world, and people are looking for that as well. And that's a lot of times the missing piece for people when people are saying, I wake up and I'm tired and I don't really have any energy. Like, yes, there's so many things health wise that I could touch on, and I will touch on them this year on the podcast as well. You know, people are on their phones too late in the evening, and people are eating a lot of things that are not great for their health, and we're not maybe getting enough water and all of that. But I also think a big piece of not feeling energized in your life is because you're not on purpose. It's because you're not feeling compelled to with the things that are going on in your life, right? You're a version of the construction equipment, and that's what your life is around. And so if you don't believe in yourself, then you're never going to do anything with the alignment. You might have clarity on what's in alignment for you, but you might not have the belief. And so if you don't have belief in yourself, if you don't have certainty that you have what it takes to to fulfill this purpose that you think is yours or that you believe is yours, then you won't ever take action on it. Because going back to what I was saying before, we have thoughts, and those thoughts create our feelings. And our feelings are what propel us to take action. So if I'm, for example, feeling a lot of doubt in myself, if I'm like, it doesn't matter, I don't have what it takes, it's never going to work for me, I'm just going to look stupid, um, no one in my life has ever done something like this before, so what makes me think I'll be any different? And if that's how I'm thinking and feeling, I'm going to feel a lot of doubt. And it's no wonder that I'm procrastinating, right? If that's you and if that's what your mindset is like, a lot of doubt filled thoughts. Of course, you're not taking action. Who would want to take action when you don't believe in yourself? No one. So you've got to change the narrative. You've got to change the story that's going on in your mind so that you can feel inspired to do something about it. And also, like I was saying, right, you might think, well, you just said you don't have to feel like doing something to do it. No, you don't. I don't always feel like doing yoga in the morning, but I do it. But you can also choose to think thoughts that cause you to feel that, right? So for me in the morning, if I'm like, I don't feel like doing yoga, I might, it's enough for me to just be like, well, I'm going to be happy that I did it. And I'll do it. Just that thought alone can make me feel inspired to do it, make me feel compelled to unroll my yoga mat. So use the power of your mind for your benefit this year. You have to get aware of what you're thinking so you can understand why you're feeling some way and why you're not taking the action that you want to take. When you say you want something, why aren't you doing it? Take the time to understand what's going on in your mind. And writing it down is 10 times, 100 times more powerful than just thinking about it. When you write it down and your eyes look at it on the page, look at those words, look at those sentences on the page, there's another level of clarity that comes through. So don't just keep it all up in here. You know, you're driving home and you're like, oh, I'll just think about it right now. No, get home and actually write it down in your journal so you can look at it, because more will come, more awareness will come through when you're writing it. Okay. So in this post that I shared a couple weeks ago, I said, personally, I never think to myself, I need to be more disciplined. I think and I know that I am a disciplined person towards the things that are in alignment for me. So that's something that I think to myself. And it's not even like I need to consciously think that. That's just the subconscious belief that I have, is that I'm just a disciplined person towards the things that matter. Peak health matters to me. My family matters to me. Creating a purposeful business matters to me. So I consistently do things that help me move the needle forward in those areas of my life because I'm clear on those things matter to me, and I will take action on those things because I want to see results in those areas. So I also say I work on self belief because a huge reason people don't take action towards their goals is that they don't believe it's possible for them to actually accomplish them. And we've already talked a lot about that. So we'll leave it at that. Another thing that I said is I also know that discipline doesn't feel good in the moment, and I'm okay with that. So I want you to remember that. I don't expect discipline to feel good. I know that the positive feeling comes after. And I said, I learned in my mid 20s that the things I deeply want in life come through effort and delayed gratification, right? So right now I'm in Saskatchewan. It's like minus, I don't know, 25 outside or something crazy like that. It's probably colder with the wind chill. And I'm not going to go for a run today, but like I run in the winter time in these temperatures. And I know that I'm going to go outside and it's going to be uncomfortable and I'm going to be cold, but I am working towards peak health every single day. And I know that I need to be consistent in my peak health, right? In putting an effort towards my health for me to feel good every day. I can't just do it in the summertime when it's nice and warm outside and sunny. I have to do it. I have to put in effort every single day towards my health. And this is the way I'm choosing to do it. This doesn't mean you need to do it this way. So don't get caught up in following what other people are doing. Find what's in alignment for you. And know that delayed gratification is an essential part of living a fulfilling, purposeful, and meaningful life. Self discipline can be a characteristic or a trait, and it's also a behavior. So it's helpful to know that um, psychologically, the reason you do something is because of how you feel. So to be disciplined then is to be able to behave greater than you feel, to be able to take action towards something even when you don't feel like it. And we've already talked a lot about that. So, really, the take home message for you for this episode is do not spend time this year thinking to yourself, okay, I need to be more disciplined. This is the year I'm going to be more disciplined. It's fine if you want to describe yourself as a disciplined person. I would describe myself as a disciplined person. I like being disciplined. It serves me well. I know that not everyone has a positive interaction with the word discipline. So you can maybe find another word, maybe it's determined, another word that kind of means the same thing. But I wouldn't think to myself, okay, I need to be more disciplined this year. I need to be a disciplined person. Instead, spend time and energy getting excited about your goals. So think about what it is that excites you, what's in alignment towards you. Get really super, super clear on what's in alignment for you, with you, to you. And then spend time and energy believing that you have what it takes to create the results that you want to create. Believe in yourself. Learn how to believe in yourself. Learn how to have certainty in yourself and in the fact that because you feel excited about these things that means that they're meant for you. Have certainty in that as well. And then spend time and energy taking action towards those things. And even on those days where you're not that inspired, you don't feel that motivated, do it still. Okay? Consistently take action towards those results that you want. And the motivation will start to come from there. And you'll start to you'll start to develop the self concept that this is just the type of person I am. And that's going to serve you so much more than trying to learn the 5 steps to be more disciplined. Okay, that's going to serve you so much more. So um, I'm going to leave it at that. So if you're waking up not feeling inspired in your life, not feeling energized, you kind of feel apathetic, ho hum. Yes, look at your health. Take note what time you're going to bed and your phone usage or your TV exposure before bed, and consider your routine before bed and consider the foods that you're eating. And there's a lot of things that you can consider health wise when it comes to feeling energized in your life and in your day to day, but also consider, are you in alignment? And do you believe in yourself? And do you trust that you have what it takes to be on purpose and to share your gifts and your skills and your talents with the world? Because there are people out there that are waiting for you to be on purpose because they're going to be served by you. And you've got to learn to believe that. Okay? So the more work that you do on self-belief or self-worth, the better the world gets. People will feel that. And people feel a calmness in that type of an energy, and it's contagious as well. People want to be around people who believe in themselves and who are on purpose as well. So you doing this work benefits you and it benefits other people. And you have to just learn how to decide how to have meaning and how to decide that something matters and that something is meaningful. You are the creator of meaning. Nothing outside of us, nothing in the physical world has any meaning until we assign it meaning. So we are the ones that are meaning making machines, and you can make anything meaningful. And you can also take away meaning from things that might be holding you back, right? What are people going to think of me? What if I fail? What if I screw up? What if I look ridiculous? Take away that meaning. Doesn't matter. You get to do that, and you can do that when you learn how to control your mind. So I hope that you have an amazing day. Thanks for listening. And I will be back here every Monday for the foreseeable future to share weekly episodes on mindset, consciousness, health, wellness, maybe even motherhood, parenting, and all those types of topics for you and with you. So if you ever have any suggestions on things you want to learn about or you want me to talk more about, feel free to send me a private message. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at megan.schmidt.coaching for daily posts and inspiration. And we will chat next week. Take care.